Hey everyone, today I am making another introducing video, and this one is quite an interesting one actually, but before I get into that, check it out. I finally fixed the lights in here, so hopefully the lighting in my future videos and this one will be slightly better. I know this side of the room is still less lit, but not really much I can do with that as my lights are all over there and pointing this way. Anyway, on to the video. Like I said, this would be an interesting one, and I must admit, this guy again is perhaps a bit bigger than what I was initially aiming for when I started these videos. However, he has an album coming out in November, and to be honest, he's just too great not to talk about really. Also, again, he's not huge, and I'm sure a lot of you will be new to him. So anyway, today I am introducing The Algorithm. The Algorithm started out in 2008 as a bedroom project by a guy called Remy in France. He was just messing around with Ableton Live with guitars and drums, and eventually started putting out some stuff that he was making. I don't know a great deal about anything he did between 2008 and 2009. However, in 2009 he released The Doppler Effect, which is his first release and was classed as a demo. This demo was kind of just a cascade of musical ideas that I could not really pin into one genre. I suppose it would have to be experimental metal if anything. This 28.5 minute demo was more varied than any Between the Buried and Me release I could care to mention. And that's not to speak badly of Between the Buried and Me in any way. I love them, but if you listen to them and then listen to this, you'll see my point. As a result, because it was so short as well, it did feel somewhat disjointed, but it did show a truly unique mind just completely letting loose. And I know, especially in metal, we use the word unique and terms like it doesn't sound like anything else out there, but in this case, it is completely justified. This demo contained everything from death metal blasting and riffing to hip-hop beats, sampling, drum and bass, dubstep, and a mix of electronic sounds across the house, from house to trance, with some very clear Nintendo core influence too. The best description I could make is that it sounds like Dillinger Escape Plan and Aphex Twin had a child that grew up listening exclusively to things like the soundtracks to Tetris, Pac-Man, Space Invaders, stuff like that. I really cannot exaggerate how mixed and surprisingly ambitious this release really was. His next release, Critical Error, was another demo released in 2010, and it was a much more cohesive and colourful release that lasted a whole 40 minutes, demonstrating even more diversity than on the previous demo, and also what I liked was he explored the musical ideas he had even further. For example, Kernel Part 1 was more or less a full-on hip-hop instrumental song that had Eminem samples used towards the end. Having said that, it wasn't in any way a traditional hip-hop instrumental by a long shot. It was very much algorithmed up and it had its own unique twist on it. On the whole, this demo had moments that were very fun and very playful. It had super technical, glitchy moments and rhythms. At times it would just sound straight out beautiful as well. The songs were, like I said, more of the same, but just bigger, broader, and better than anything off the Doppler Effect. Since then, Remy has been hard at work creating little releases such as the remix to Daft Punk's Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger that dropped earlier this year. However, another interesting thing is also this year he signed to Basick Records, who, if you haven't heard of them, are a great little label, and I definitely recommend you check them out if you're into your technical metal. They have artists like Chimp Spanner and Alesis, who are both definitely worth your time. But anyway, he has also released the Trojans single on this label, and he will be releasing his debut album on November 19th entitled Polymorphic Code. One song called Access Granted has already dropped as a single from this album. It begins in the same way Access Denied did from the previous demo, but changes after the intro. Throughout the song there are nods to previous works on the demos and other little releases, but ultimately it is just another glitchy journey through a bananas mix of genres and sounds. On another note, he has also been playing live shows with the drummer from Monuments, Mike Malin, since late 2011. I have had the chance to see them twice, but both times I could not make it, unfortunately. They played in London and I was busy those dates. However, on the 28th of November I'll be heading to Camden Town to see the duo perform live. Needless to say, I am pumped. In summary, if you have not checked this guy out and you are into any form of electronic or technical metal, this guy has a completely unique take on what metal can and should be. He's incredibly genre smashing and boundary pushing, and you need this artist in your life. Needless to say, I cannot wait to hear the record and review it as well, hopefully. I also cannot wait to see him live. Again, I will leave various links to his Facebook page, Bandcamp, and other just random little bits in the description box. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment and subscribe. Also, I would love to hear your opinion of this guy's music. Anyways, I'll catch you guys and gals later.